Hey everybody, I wanted to take just a minute and tell you about two simple things that we here at Allevius see that our customers can do to save money right now. So I know with all this COVID-19 talk, there's a lot of push depending on your perspective of coming back to work or staying closed down or shut down. And we want to think about, how we approach that as a small business, right? Myself as a small business owner, our customers as small business owners, you out there as business owners, what can you do to save money now? We want to look at, marketing through the lens of maybe a little bit of fear, or a little bit of anxiety, or what can we do? I know I personally am in a boat where it's more of a conserve mentality right now. And so we want to make sure that we communicate with our customers and even non-customers. Maybe you're sitting at home, watching this saying, hey, I'm worried about my small business. I've been closed for 2 or 3 weeks. What can I do to save money? When we start back up, things are going to be tight. The purse strings are going to be tight. What can we do? So here are two things that we see our successful small businesses do to save money that you need to look at right away, kind of have a plan for. So the first one is telecom spend. We also refer to this as gross telecom spend. Not that telecom is nasty, but gross meaning overall. What is your total aggregate telecom spend? And this could be everything from, elevator phone lines, fax lines. A lot of what a lot of people don't think about is faxes. So if you have a fax line, well, a fax phone line may be only costing you $35 a month, but what's it costing you to print those faxes out, right? How much does that cost per page? Is there a way to get that electronically that would, number one, save you some money on ink and toner, but then number two, make your process or your workflow a bit more efficient? Sending that email to multiple people, for instance. Fax to email is become a big trend. Also, the telecom world is really being shaken up right now. There's a lot of fiber, particularly here in Maryville and Blount County. There's a lot of fiber going in the ground. I mean, everywhere you look, you see this orange conduit popping out. These telcos are actively laying infrastructure in the ground for future stuff. 5G is the big buzzword right now that's coming out. And we really want to encourage our small business owners to look at telecom at least every other year, every 2 years. The technology is adapting and changing so quickly and so fast. In one instance, we were able to take a customer that had 3 locations. We improved their service dramatically and got them better phones, got them better IT support, and still saved them quite a bit of money in the hundreds of dollars per month just by looking at telecom, at what they were spending on internet and telephone for 3 locations. So we can absolutely do that for you and your small business as well. We just call it a telecom evaluation. We can look at that. We have relationships with the existing carriers that are around to pull addresses. Is service available here? There's a lot of active fiber stuff that we can do locally to help your small business and help you out. And ideally, what we are after is, number one, lower cost, and number two, if we can, get you a better product. And with the pace and the rate that technology is moving, it makes sense to do that. I kind of joke with customers. I say, show me your iPhone 1, right? So who has an iPhone 1 anymore? Nobody does. So how can we apply that? That's the rate at which technology is changing. So how can we adapt that and keep that up on the telecom side? Number two is more of what I call a gray charge. So it's in your books, you just don't know it, and you're so used to looking at it on the P&L that it's just kind of hard to see. We'll just deal with that. This is merchant services. So, and I mean this in 2 different ways. So the first way is, what is it costing you to process credit cards, right? Typically, I've seen everything from a fixed cost plus a variable cost per transaction. I've seen just variable costs per transaction, and it's all based on the volume of transactions that you're doing, as well as the size of the transaction that you're doing, right? So looking at that and seeing if you can save money really involves just looking at changing your merchant services provider, in my experience. And so that's sort of phase one that I would say is what's it cost just in dollars and cents to process credit card transactions. Number two, and maybe a bit more importantly, is efficiency. So one of our vendors has just recently launched a partner program that we are really excited about. I'm personally really excited about. And it basically, if you use QuickBooks and your invoice lives in QuickBooks, it is a super efficient way of taking credit cards that process the credit card transaction, post it back to QuickBooks. It is a time saver. Their support is amazing. I cannot recommend them enough. So if you're interested in that, shoot us a message, drop a comment, and we'll reach out. But that's sort of phase two. So remember, just dollars and cents, and then also just being able to be more efficient with your time. So those are two simple ways for your business to save money right now in the light of COVID-19, in the light of this impact, is how can we help you accomplish these things. Obviously, some businesses are being forced to make drastic cuts and drastic changes, but I think every business, should at least visit these every so often, just to see if there's some availability and savings out there. So feel free to shoot us a message and let us know how we can help. Thank you.